Hey, it is the midway point. Come on, clap it up for my goddamn self. um, Day 15, telling you about a little recap of the yesterday and today. Um, Usually this is like the plateau point for people. It's the plateau point right now. So you, me, whatever you're doing, whatever challenges you're facing right now, but this is where you're going to go forward or you're going to go back into the repeating of whatever until you get it, until you go forward. Um, I just realized that I don't even I don't deal with corn, right? Um, Randomly, I've had it because I was out at a function, not a function, out of town. There's a popular raw spot down in ATL Tassili's, and she has like corn in her mix with her wraps. Right, that's like the only time I've had that exception of having it because anyway. But there's other options in there anyway. But it's one particular wrap that I do like there, and it has the corn in it. That's the one time I have it when I randomly visit, and I just went there in October. But let me tell you the cross contamination of my thoughts. I say I don't eat corn, but I eat popcorn, and that's sporadically. Um, but that's a dub here on out. Here on out, it's a dub. It wasn't a slow moment, but it was a like, hey yo, what? How? How? How you? Right? But anyway, people I live, my moms, my certain family members, everybody likes to snack on little things here and there, just randomly around, and then you be hungry. You're just like, wait, hold up. Corn is, although it doesn't, like to digest, and them kernels be popping in your teeth, and you looking all crazy like trying to get it out. It's still a fruit. It's a seed. So yeah, it's kind of a L to me. But anyway, I'm not going to soak in it. But I really disconnected that, and I'm just like, wait, hold up. Yeah. So I was saying I don't eat corn in the form of like corn on the cob. Anymore. But the speckles of it that I had was when I would visit ATL. And this was my first time going to ATL in, I don't even know how many years. Has it been 10? No. It's almost. So anywho, that's when I have it. But I'm gonna move away from that when I visit again. But yeah, I won't be hard on myself. Like I'm unlearning all of these things. It is day 15. See, this is how we get away from celebrating what we should be focusing on. We move on as one little negative thing, these few little negative things, and we let that take the light of day, and we shouldn't. Moving forward, when I'm not working, having a day off, like today, I just got dressed up for the room and for the video. This isn't even dressed up, but this is relax, tapping, but usually I stop eating after 8. But when I'm home or not at work, I'm going to drop it back to 7. So it'll just be liquids after. So I made some juice. I only posted it on my Instagram, but I made some juice. You know what? I'm going to enter it. All right, this is what I'm going to be drinking for the next couple of days. Well, I'm about to bust this down right now. But this gal will give me at least one more of these. I know for sure. Look how wrinkled my hands are. That juice is fire! Fire, fire, fire. I wanted to make, I've juiced papaya before, but last time I had papaya, I was ready to juice it, and then I had it in the fridge a day or a few hours just too long. And I walked in the kitchen and looked in the fridge, and it was already getting little spores of mold. So I was like, oh, come on. Anyway, it wasn't that time. But papaya, the grapes, the ginger, the lemon, the apple, the nectarine, it is just mwah. And I balance my juices out with water, either in it or before, after, or sometimes I'll do a little of both. So I have the water in it and I'll drink the water after. So I'm happy about that. I had a hair ceremony. As you can see, the locks are gone. I already spoke about that. But I officially, here's my hair. We had words. And it's been a time. It's been not a long time, but this was just the introduction, and this was sacred. So I am happy about that. I'm gonna just let my hair grow out a little bit. It is tightly curled, but I think maybe June or July, I'll go see somebody and let them, do something similar to what I got going on. Got these little coils going on. As it grows out a little bit more, I'm gonna let them taper it a little bit again, evenly, because I botch cut it. Like, I did it as even as I could. So if you're familiar with locks, then you have new growth, after each retwist. So, like this is all new growth from the locks, that I cut off. And then my hair was already kind of like tapered from prior to having locks. So, whew, excuse me. So we got a look going on right now, I'm definitely embracing it. I actually love it, but I know I have still to work on these conditions, except in this 5 head, I ain't got a 4 head, I got a 5. So a new look. Like, I wouldn't even start locks at this phase. When I first had locks, I did not cut my hair and then, no, I didn't do that. I would look like a wet mole. And I'm okay with my hair being fuzzy, and I like the old, like, I love this. I'm good. I don't want the clean part and the locks going back. Look, I got like mouse poop on my head going backward. I'm okay. My hair gonna grow out, and then I'm gonna, have my loctician. I'm gonna go right back to the lady who was doing my locks. She don't even know I cut my hair yet. And get her to do my hair. So, in regards to talking about the body, if you follow me, maybe you did not see the video, but I have a video out where I have gloves and socks that relate to the body parts, right? They correlate to wherever you got pain going on, then you can press those points and definitely have some type of relief, or maybe a red alert, right? So another video I talked about, I'm always talking about my eyes looking like Michael Jackson right now. Bad. Who's bad? Okay, seriously. I'm always talking about my iris, and so the lady read my iris, which is like the circle part in your eye. That, yeah. And she gave a whole spiel of stuff what was going on. So I'm bringing that up because I'm gonna go backward. So on the glove it says colon, kidney, esophagus, stomach, thyroid, pancreas, bladder. She was talking about my lymphatic system, how it was, what was the word? I just told my sister this today. Like basically lymphatic congestion, right? Not that they're acute, not at chronic, but call me out and I'm going all in. I'm going all in. Anyway, so the lymphatic congestion relates to these areas, right? And prior to the eye reading, I was already working on this, but today, actually the last couple of times I've been kind of cleansing and then eating kind of, I'm going to say like, not red alert crazy, but my body reacts like snap, crackle, and pop if I act up. And very sensitive. Like my food sensory is, the radar is like real quick, like the whole thing that those metal detectors that find like gold and stuff on the beach. My radar, my John go off real quick when I do something crazy. So I'll have an outbreak. So I had 2 outbreaks in this duration of 15 days. And this outbreak just happened, well, at least it came to surface, because we already know things are happening below the skin. But it came to surface today. So the first one, let me see. Yeah, can't really, well, you can see that. Shoot, look at that. Girl, you better watch out. But anyway, there, and also here on my hand. Can you see that little bump? No? Y'all see it? Yeah. And that's a repeated offender. And then there's a little one. Let me see. You can't see the little one there, but you see the big one, huh? Oh, man. Anyway, that was a lot of work. So, that correlates back to what this glove is talking about. And into what I initially was starting this journey for, or getting better. Let me not say starting it, because when I was starting, I didn't know nothing about this so much. But I knew what I was doing, but I didn't know what I was doing. And maybe that don't make sense. Like sometimes you'll be doing stuff in your life, and then you see like videos, and then you hear people, all these professionals talk about stuff. You're like, wait, I've been doing that. And I literally have been helping heal myself without the professionalism of school so much, I listen to elders, I read books, apply stuff to myself. But then when I see the stuff online, I'm like, oh snap, I was winging it, but I was doing it, baby. Hey! So anyway, I'm happy again about this. I do have the socks as well. Show that as well in another video, but you can see all of that in that video. The thumbnail is me having my foot up. You'll see it. You can go through the videos and find it. But it definitely is a great investment and very on point with what the is going on in the body yada yada. Okay? Yes. So I love that for that, because it set me straighter down the path. So as of now, my plateau is me shifting forward, because I'm not playing. And parasites, they know it, and then they just try to like come in and be whispering like, well, hey baby, you could have a little bit. You could have a little bit. And just when they think they winning, I I come in and I be like, yeah, okay. You think because I'm home, I'm going to eat all crazy, eat all day. So now I'm going to lock it up at 7 p.m. And I mean that shit. You heard? So I went food shopping. We're going to change the turn, or we're going to turn the page. I went food shopping and I found me some tamarind. Finally, because out here, the tamarind is loose. I don't know if it's sour or sweet, and the people don't speak English. And I'd rather it come in the box that that I'm used to getting. And then there was one store that I did go to, and they had sour tamarind, and I mean, I at least put one sweet in the box, so I would have considered buying it if I had the sweet option with it. Because just thinking about the sour is making me like, whew. Anyway, so I had me some tamarind today, and I forgot I had it until I went downstairs because Parasites was talking, trying to get me to snack on something else, right? And I know how to talk something off of a cliff. Like, I know how to talk to a person who thinks they're bullying me and then they try to get away. And it's the same difference with Parasites because they're trying to, bully and like think they got control of a situation. I'll make you think that you have a control of a situation so I could get out of it. That tells a lot about how I grew up in survival mode, right? Like, yeah, okay. Yes, all right. Mm-hmm. That's it. You better go ahead. I know you the strongest. Yes, you got. Yep. And then, pew, get up out of there. And you like, damn, Shorty got me. I was supposed to knock her, but she knocked me. Ooh, bars. Okay. Seriously, I know how to get out these situations. Um, So went downstairs and then I looked at my boxes of tamarind and I bust that thing open, walked upstairs, and that's the luxury of living in the house. Let me tell you, is that, well, I want to say it's a 2-story house because, um, because I mean, depending on where ranch, you gotta walk far. But I want to talk about the houses with stairs. Excuse me for rubbing my eye, but I have to. Where you gotta come up and go down. You're just like, yeah, I don't want to. I don't feel like it. Like, you gotta really be hungry. You gotta really be thirsty. And this is why I keep watering my spaces up here in my room and any room, the guest room, whatever room, you gonna find some water because once I sat down, I'm not getting up here. Don't matter where I flow to. Now I went down there, came upstairs, ate the tamarind, and I was good. And tamarind is, although it's a dry fruit, you don't have to rehydrate it like you do dates because it's in its original state. Dates are like a dry fruit that are not in their original state. Anyway, you have to rehydrate the other dry fruits. So I was happy about that. Now, okay, went super left real quick. There was a lot of revelations going on for me this cycle of days. I mean, I have been vlogging, but especially today, you have to speak what you seek so that you can see it. Because if you keep bringing attention on what you don't want, you will get that. So you focus on what you want and you will get that. Don't even say, I'm not going to focus on X, Y, and Z, because then you still are giving attention to that. So that is the revelation I'm having right now, because being in the most relaxed state of space and, changing up how I'm eating, basically fasting from a lot of stuff. There's no one way of fasting. You can fast from how you you're gossiping. You fast from eating out. You can fast from staying up late. You can fast so many ways. So just being in that state of fasting from the things that, like, I desire, warm food or a warm meal. I love me some mushrooms. I love the live and raw foods and stuff, right? But I would say on this whole chart thing, I'm not one to be, um, I'm not gonna say I'm 100% of that. Although the you can warm yourself up in the dehydrator, which I do. I have to make more time for that because there's some ideas that I want to bring out and try. Um, but I'm not a. I would call myself a high raw, or somebody who just likes to eat a lot of fruit, drink the juice, water, do the herbal tea, and then have something hot. And everything on the plate don't have to be hot either. Everything on the plate does not have to be hot. So, and if it is, that's okay too, because I love me some soups. I love broths. Um, Give me some mushrooms, some kelp noodle, spelt noodle, all of that, right? But what I seek is, and I'm going all around. What I seek in this space, in this element of April, and the revelations that I'm having is to continue to speak on what you seek, because, man, today, because there's no time like the present. Oh my gosh. I'm just so excited. There's so much stuff. It's just so much. It's just overwhelming energy. The stimulation is flowing, y'all. It's flowing. Electricity from all of the foods, electricity, even with the stumbling that I've had, because this has not been a flatline straight journey. Yeah. You cannot expect to get from, like, I love Abraham Hicks and the stations that people have, and they replay all of these conferences that she has, because it's redundant, it's repetitive, but you need it. Repetition makes the master. Okay. I love the examples of the road trips. I love the examples of the radio stations. If you're not familiar with her, Google it, YouTube it, and you're gonna start watching and listening to this, because that's another channel that got me, like, it be confirmations for me, not just be like, I do the stink face. You'd be like, come on, Patty, you better preach. Come on, right? Knock the wind out your voice. Because she says, don't expect to get on the road trip and get from, or let me change it up. She says, if you're on a road trip, you don't just give up in the middle of Kansas and say, oh well, I'm not in New York, because that's your destination. Coming from, let's say, California, and you hit Kansas. Oh well, I'm not in New York, so I'm going to turn around. Your ultimate goal is to get to New York, and you know that there are steps and phases and things that you have to do to get there. You got to drive, maybe take stops, maybe switch if you're with somebody, maybe take a nap, get out and stretch. There's just so many things that happen. You can have detours, you can have traffic, all of these things, but you already know you got a planned vacation that starts 3 days out from you getting there, however many days it takes you to drive to get there. You're not going to turn around and go back home and say, oh yeah, well, forget the vacation. So that's the same thing that you got to apply to life. Like, your goal is to get to over there, right? And if you're in the middle, from your starting point, you mean to really tell me you're just going to give up like that? And sometimes the examples got to be like that. And then also, again, I'm going back to this speaking what you seek again. The example, still on it. I like the radio one that she uses, where she's talking about how you complain about, you want to listen to jazz, right? You on this station of 91.9 and they're playing rap. But you turn the radio on at 91.9, you know the station that plays the jazz. But you like, oh my God, they keep playing all this rap. They're just playing all this rap. It's getting on my nerve. I just want to hear some jazz. You're like, well, turn the knob and go to it. You're like, yeah, but this station is bothering me. Like, they're playing so much rap, and they're like, just turn the knob. But you still want to just focus and complain on it. What you focus on is what you're just going to keep hearing, because the energy is, or the message with that is, your vibration is not matching the frequency of what you want to receive. So you gotta match it. You tap in with whatever it is that you really want, what you're going for, and that is the ultimate message, to keep going. And I'm gonna keep going. And I'm done talking for the night, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.